Hello everything and welcome to Europe. And what is this video about? Well, I think it's time to try and make some beats in Ableton that sound like Squarepusher. Do you know Squarepusher? Well, if not, I can highly recommend it. He is one of our great English electronic musicians. But not just electronic music, he's also a great multi-instrumentalist, and he has this vast back catalogue spanning many creative and visionary directions. And he has a new album coming out in about a month, which apparently takes him into his 30th year in his career, which is amazing, really. For about 20 to 25 of those 30 years, I have pretty much been a die-hard fan. You could say I'm an ultra fanboy. I could out-fanboy anyone. I'm way more fanboy than you. I have albums on multiple formats. I've probably seen him live more than any other artist I like, really. I'm a total nerd. I'd say there aren't many artists these days that I'm still nerdy about, apart from Squarepusher and Octatrack. And I don't really know. I guess as you get older, you get a bit meh. But anyway, age has nothing to do with it when it comes to chopping up breaks. Yes, Squarepusher was the artist for me who took the idea of chopping breaks from something that was fun and bouncy at raves into the depths of forensic science. And even though he's done all kinds of, for me, in some ways, life-affirming music, I don't think it's unreasonable to say that he's largely known for chopping up breaks like an absolute balloon. And it was albums like his and some by other people around the late 90s and early 2000s that were gateways for me for getting into pretty much every kind of synthesis there is, really. So for this video, the reference point I'll be using will be albums like Big Loader, Go Plastic, Do You Know Squarepusher, Ultra Visitor, along with some of the kind of hardcore Jazz-tronica that he's been playing at live shows in recent years. So let's do it. Let's chop up some breaks and make some squealy bass and make noises that go sploing. I did a little bit of preparation and I edited together what I considered to be quintessential breaks from some of those albums that I mentioned a minute ago. And I've put them all together in one super break down here. I'll try and remember what they all are. It's the Amen, the Think, one of the Think, break, Worm, Humpty Dumpty, Sweet Pea, and Tighten Up, James Brown. You can go on Who Sampled if you want to. I can't remember the names of the songs, but if you're into this type of stuff, they're in your folder somewhere. So yes, I've made sure that my transients are all where I want them because I'm going to slice this up like an idiot. So let's right-click the clip. And, oh, my push just reset itself. And we are going to slice to a new MIDI track. I'm going to slice to an empty sampler. Like that, slice via transient, that's fine. Let's go okay. Right, it's done that. Let's just stop that clip a minute and have a look at it. Good, so we've got some MIDI here. Good, let's just select all of that and zoom in a little bit and quantize. Now let's zoom out a little bit. Good. Right, so there we go. These are our breaks we're going to use. I put them all into one sort of long sample because I just think it might be easier to manage. I'm going to try and get as much as I can out of little as possible, probably only using one sampler and then, well, we'll see what happens. So let's start with the envelope. I'm going to set the sustain all the way up and the decay all the way down, and I'm going to have the release. Yeah, the release maybe at about 100 milliseconds. That's good. I want one voice, I think, for now. Yeah, we'll have one voice for now and retrigger set to on. And there's nothing else I can think of I want at the moment. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, there is. So actually what I'm going to do is select all of those and put them into forward, backwards, sustain mode. I'll explain why in a minute. So I'm going to have this first clip. It's kind of just an instance of the breaks without any editing on them. And then I'm going to take a copy of that clip. I'm going to change the color. I'm going to make this like a pink. And then for these ones, this is when I'm going to start to get a little bit fiddly with the MIDI. I'm not going to do really any sequencing. I'm just going to kind of get Ableton to do all the work because I'm lazy at this. I'm just really lazy. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to hold shift and select all of these 16th note bits here. And just, not that one, and these ones, and those ones, and these ones here. And these ones. I'm going to get this done at the start because no one wants to watch me edit MIDI on the internet. That's boring. Okay, so I've got all those 16th notes. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to basically divide them in half like that. And then what we'll get is that very kind of choppy. Yeah. I think that's very, it's like strobe core, like strobe breaks. That's, I think that's very evocative of Squarepusher. So, right, where do I want to go now? Okay, so for this, I'm going to basically make some more clips that are just kind of, okay, so you can hear now that they're kind of going forwards and backwards like that. Okay, there's a snare. So I'm going to set the grid here to like, well, it's actually on 16th. I'm going to draw in a load of 16th notes here. Let's listen to this clip. Okay, that's good. I'm going to go into the automation. Let's go to MIDI, set it to pitch bend, and I'm just going to draw in like a kind of pitchy snare. Yeah, like that. Okay, let's take a copy of that. Let's go in here. Let's maybe get all of these and go set the grid to 30-second notes, and then we can have some that go a little faster like this. Yeah, and then let's make another clip. Where's the crash? There it is. Let's maybe go even. So this is like 64th notes, I think. Right. Okay. Let's draw this in. See what this is like. Beautiful. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the, what am I going to use? Let's use the mod wheel. So I'm going to use the mod wheel on the sampler to adjust the sample offset, because I want to do that classic sort of time stretch without actually time stretching. It's sort of a fusion of time stretching and granular synth. Oh, I don't know what it is. It just sounds cool. Let's set the modulation wheel here. Is that mod? Yes. MIDI control. Okay, I'm going to select the loop brace, right click, draw in a ramp like that, and then we get this. Yeah! Beautiful. Right, let's let's copy that. Let's go back to the MIDI. Let's find the snare. Okay, so we've got a problem where the mod wheel has not reset. That could be a problem. So let's just go into some of these other clips and just fix that, because that is going to give us hell later. Right, so I'm just drawing in like a node so that it kind of resets the mod wheel. Yeah. Okay, let's go here, and then let's find a snare. Is that a snare? That one's good. Okay, let's move all of those to there, and then we'll get a time stretch snare. Yeah! Beautiful. Okay, so what else could we do? We need those kind of like rising sort of roll-ups, those kind of velocity roll-up things. How could we do that? Well, maybe what we could do, I'll take a copy of the first one, and I'll only use like I'll only use the amen bit. Let's loop this. Really, I think I only want to do it with like maybe the snares and the kicks. Or maybe just the snares. Yeah, so let's maybe just take out the things that aren't snares. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let's draw in some 16th notes here. Some 16th notes here. 16th notes here. We'll do the crash as well. Okay, let's delete all of those. We don't want those or that one. Yep, that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to draw in some velocity ramps, and I can do that by going to the pen and holding, I think, Command? No, Alt? Yeah, there we go. So if you do Alt, then you can draw a little straight line like that. Very nice. Right. Let's just do... Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, my God. All right, okay. Oh, I hate MIDI sequencing. Why am I even doing this? In Live 12, they've added this new thing where you can kind of draw in this from like one of those MIDI transformer things. Okay, let's get this sorted. Okay, so now we've got some ramps, but we won't hear that until we dial in some velocity. So we want some velocity on the volume. So I'm going to set this to about 45%. Oh, it's a little bit much. Let's come down to like 8. Oh, that one's... Okay, that's all good. All right, so I think that's kind of enough of a starting point. So I'm going to take copy of these, put these down here. And again, I'm going to do a little bit, it's sort of, I'm not really sequencing MIDI. I'm just kind of like preparing it to kind of do its own thing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set the start point there and then set a loop point here. And then, am I on the right one? Yeah. And then what we get is, well, for the amen, we don't really need to do that, but... Okay. All right, I'm going to need that pink one later, so I'll just do a little bit of wiggly wiggle. Right, okay, so we've got this. Okay, let's take a copy of that, and then I'm just going to move that over to here. And basically repeat that, but in different parts. Oh no, that's the wrong place. It? Oh yeah, because that one's 2 bars long. Right, so we'll move this to... Yep, good, okay. And then we'll do the same here. We can't move them all at once, but that's all right. We'll just... Okay, that's good. Let's move this one to here. This one to here. Let's see what that's... Yeah, good. And let's move this one over to here. And this one over to here. Welcome to ASMR Breakbeats on the Ned Rush YouTube channel. I'm going to move this one to here now. Put that one there, like that. And then click that, move that. All right, and then I'm going to repeat the process with these choppy ones. Actually, maybe it might be better to... let's see if we can actually do that here. Let's take a copy. Let's move those up there. Let's move that there, and then let's move that there, and then let's take these. Let's copy these, and let's make them all this color, and then let's select all of those. Okay, and then let's go in here, select all of those. Yeah, and then we can maybe do that here. I'm gonna have to zoom in. No. Okay. Ah. Oops. Okay. Okay, that's cool. Right, so that actually saved us a lot of time. Good. Multi-clip editing. Very nice. I don't need that anymore. So, okay, now I've kind of got all my bits. I think, what's that? Oh, yeah, that's fine. So now I think I've kind of got all my bits. So now I'm going to go a bit crazy with the follow actions. Let's start by these ones. Well, I tell you what, we'll start by just turning them all on and just say play other. But these ones, which are how long are they going for? They're going for a bar. That might be a bit. Was that a bar? 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's actually set these to go for something like half a bar. Okay, that sounds a little bit off. Maybe do we need legato on? Let's just turn legato on for all of them and see what we get. Okay, not quite there. That's all right. We'll persevere. Let's just see what these sound like on their own. Okay, so these ones are linked. Excuse me. It's a little early in the morning. My throat is not clear for YouTube. So these are all linked. So actually, we probably want to turn link off for these ones, and indeed these ones too. Let's turn link off. See if that. Okay, they've got legato on still. Let's turn legato off. Let's see what this. Okay, this one that's going to get boring quickly. So I'm actually just going to make it longer. Where would I do that? Okay, let's make the length here maybe something like 4 bars, and I'll move it to yeah. Okay. But the automation is only on the first bar, so that's all right. Let's go to the pitch bend. Was it the pitch bend? Yes, it was. So I'll just do the same thing here. Draw that in, and then maybe I can duplicate that. Yeah. All right. Cool. That's just. Let's see what these are like with legato on. Oh, they're already on. Let's maybe make them a little bit shorter then. Yeah, okay, now let's add those to this amoeba of mayhem. Nice. All right. Okay, that's sounding good. Okay, so now we're going to sort of make them go flazy flangey with the phaser flanger. Let's put that in there. Set it to flanger. Turn the LFO down. And then I'm gonna do a lot of this new sort of trick. Well, it's new to me. I just sort of stumbled upon it, which I really like. It's kind of sort of probability MIDI API stuff. So using the envelope MIDI. Yeah, so I've been really getting into this envelope MIDI thing because what you can do is you can actually just use a MIDI note with an envelope assigned to it and map that to something else. So I'm going to map that to the dry wet on the flanger. So now when I sort of press a MIDI note, which I'm pressing on my push. Oh, no, hang on. Let's turn that off, turn this on. Yeah, you can see that when I press a MIDI note, we get this little envelope. So if I set the attack all the way down, let's turn the velocity off, the decay all the way down, the sustain all the way up, and the release all the way down, then I kind of just get like an on-off like that, right? I'm pressing a MIDI note and it's turning that on and off. Very, very nice. And I can use a MIDI note, and also I can give that MIDI note some probability. So I'm just going to draw in any MIDI note, doesn't matter. And I'm going to set the chance to something like 25%. So when I fire that off, it's just going to randomly turn, where's it gone? It's just going to randomly turn that dry wet on and off once the MIDI monitor is set to auto. Is it going to do it? Yeah, it's just done it there. Right, okay, so now let's listen to that with all, yeah. Let's maybe give it, there it is. And with that same MIDI note, I'm going to, so you can stack these up, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to stack up all these MIDI effects. I'm going to put the expression control on a separate chain. So we're kind of getting parallel MIDI. I don't know what it is. Let's just do it. So let's set random and put that to the delay time. The feedback at about 50%. LFO all the way down. Okay, so let's... Okay, let's just restart everything so it all lines up. Okay, that delay time is a little too tight, so let's maybe try 25% and 75%. Yeah! Haha! Okay, we're starting to get somewhere now. What else could we do? So I think that's kind of enough for now. On the if more ideas come to me as I go, just want to get started and get rolling. So let's okay, I'm going to make a new MIDI track, and I'm going to take that MIDI that's being spat out by all these clips and run that into another MIDI track, which is going to do some bass. So for bass, this is like a whole other separate thing, because as we all know, he's pretty good on the old bass. But I'm just going to go strictly with some sort of FM squealy. Is that like on Go Plastic? There's lots of this sort of squealy FM, and then there's tracks like the modern bass guitar, which are kind of got this squealy FM thing, sort of R2D2 bass. So, okay, I'm going to route the MIDI from this track here into this track. And what we get is this, which is pretty silly. Oh my goodness me. But I'm not going to use any actual MIDI notes. I'm just going to set the frequency of this oscillator to fixed. Couple of things I need to do. Let's set the voices to 1. Let's put retrigger on. Let's turn the filter off for now. Let's pull the release down to something quite small. Decay doesn't really matter because we're using the sustain from the first one, from the MIDI, from this track here, going into this track. Let's give it like a frequency of 50. It's quite low. So you can hear how it kind of mirrors that kind of strobing MIDI thing, which we can... Okay, that... Let's set this... Okay, that's good. So I'm going to get in the velocity, and I want to do some random velocity to time of the envelope. This is very nice. So let's turn this to something like 50%. And we'll have the velocity on the volume as well for oscillator B. So oscillator B is modulating oscillator A. We don't need C or D. Okay. Let's get the LFO in, turn off destinations A and B, and route. So with the LFO, it automatically routes to the pitch of oscillators A and B, but you can turn that off and route it to somewhere else. I'm going to route it to the oscillator fixed frequency, which probably, no, that's going to do it for both of them. Is that going to do that for fixed frequency for both of them? Okay, let's just see what it sounds. That is madness. Okay, that's because the LFO is not quite right. Let's set it to sample and hold, set it to sync, put the rate all the way down, put the amount about half. Okay, all right. Oh my goodness. Bit of pitch envelope. I'm not really convinced by that. I don't really want to route to both frequencies. Maybe I might have to turn this off. But the problem is that it's still receiving. Let's maybe put the scale on here and just set them all to one note. Yeah, sometimes they go a little bit too high. That's going to be a pain in the right. Okay, let's group that. Let's have a look at what the actual keys are doing. Okay, I think I know what I can do. Let's ungroup that. And I'm not going to be able to sleep until I know I've done this. All right, let's look at the key here. Okay, some of these notes up here are too high. So I'm going to make two chains, create a chain here and a chain here. And then for this octave range here, and this octave range here. So this first one, I'm just going to pitch down maybe like 2 octaves. Let's go -24. Maybe we can actually try and scale it now. Let's use the, I don't know, the minor blues and put some random in, and maybe it might give us some musical. I just remembered something I didn't do. I wanted to take this first one and get all of these, select the whole lot, loop that, turn the linked on, legato on, and then I'm going to make these go half the time so that we get that forwards backwards. Yeah. And then actually turn linked back on and have these play for like 1 beat. And all right, let's just put a load of distortion on this bass. Maybe that might make it sound a bit more gnarly. Actually, see what this. Okay, we're missing it. Okay, I'll turn that off for now. Where's the pedal? Let's put the pedal on. Okay, we're going to need a limiter. This is going to get loud, right? Oh, that's it. I've ruined my video. Gosh, that's loud. Can't even hear the brakes anymore. Sort of getting there. I don't know. Be nice to well, not automate, but randomize that sustain, which doesn't really. Yeah, okay. Let's see what we can do with that. Let's get the expression control in. Put this here, and then let's just map the random to the sustain. See what that gives. I think it's lost a bit of the sub, so I'm going to group this operator in these 2 things here, and then I'm going to put like a clean operator underneath. See what that gives. We're still getting those really high notes. Don't want that. They should all be pitched down. Let's try minus 48. Okay. It's very clicky. Filter down those clicks. Okay, let's maybe stack up another on top. Maybe an octave higher. Oh, in my mind it works, but anyway. That redux isn't really doing it. All right, let's see if we can sort of try and do the same sort of thing, but maybe make like a kind of acid sort of bass thing. Let's mute that track for now. We might need analog for this. So let's route the audio from the breaks into analog. Okay, let's set the, did I say audio? I meant MIDI. Let's route the MIDI from the breaks to analog. Ow. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can really address that pitch thing. That's really winding me up. So those ones are going to need to be an octave down as well. Okay, let's put that one there, and then this one we can say just minus 12. Okay, we've got no chain there. Let's create a chain. Some of them can be a bit hot. Oh, now that one's super low. Oh, I'm a dumbass. That pitch is not on the chain, right? All right, that'll do. So let's get the scale in here and just make them all C. So we're only going to get C, and then I'm just going to scale it again with I don't know, the minor blues. Let's just put that in there. I don't know. I'm not concerned about that at the moment. Okay. So and then let's randomize that. Okay. Some of those are still very low. Say minus 12. Let's get the note length, put the note length in there, and then let's get the expression control, and then we're going to randomize the note length with the expression control to create some legato, and then we're going to need to go into the analog, set the filter to legato and the amp to legato. Let's set the... let's see. Okay, so yeah, you can hear it's already legatoing. Set this to 50% and this to maybe 10%. Bit of velocity, random velocity into... Some of those notes are still too high. It's winding me up. In some ways, it sort of doesn't really matter a huge amount, because by the time that it's happened, your brain just doesn't really have enough time to even process it. It's just being like bombarded with information that you kind of, I don't know. It's kind of difficult to... Anyway. Okay, we can route LFO1 to the resonance. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to LFO1. I'm going to set it to sync, put the rate all the way down, set retrigger on, set this to noise, and then turn that up. That's going to start squealing. So let's put a limiter on. Let's maybe map random from the expression control to the decay. All right, and then let's pedal that as well, make it scream. It's kind of stupid. I don't care, I'm having fun. Maybe this might sound good with some redux. Okay, so now I want to make a sort of switching system between these two basses. So I'll rename them here. Let's call this one FM and call this one Acid, whatever. And then I'll make another MIDI track here. And I'll just call this bass switch. Got to keep on top of all this stuff. So again, we'll use the same sort of trick that we did here with the envelope MIDI. Let's go and get that. Where's that? That's there. And then we'll just create a MIDI note anywhere. Don't really matter. Let's just hit legato. Let's maybe make this one twice as long so we can get 2 bars. Okay. Goodness me. Let's map this first one to the mute on this track. We're going to, again, need to turn the velocity off, set the decay down, sustain all the way up, and the release down. And okay, let's take another map that to the other one, but invert the range. So when this triggers a MIDI note, okay, I've just thought about what I've done wrong here. So let's maybe make this twice as long again, but then let's get the pen and cut that one off. Okay. So it's going to switch between the two basses. Wow, my master is really angry. All right, let's put a limiter on the master. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to group these together and go a bit bad with the beat repeat. So let's put a beat repeat here. Let's put the offset on this one here. Set the gate to about there. The grid is 1.3. Let's set this to about 15%. Okay, that's fine. Let's take a duplicate of that. Set this one to 1/8 and the interval to 1/8 as well, and the gate to 1/8. Maybe actually let's make the grid there 1/4. Oh, the grid, the interval and the gate are different. 1/4, 4/6. That's slightly annoying. Let's see what. Okay, that's good. All right, and let's set this one to 16ths. Yeah, okay, and then we'll put the chance to 15 on that one, the chance 15 on that one. Let's take these, put that before this one. All right, that should just inject a little bit of repetition to make it sound less like it's... I don't know. Bit of compression. this video actually took multiple rehearsals, and in many ways, some of the rehearsals gave me better results than this. So, oh, fuck it. Jazz-tronica. Okay, I think that 8th note one I don't like. I'm going to take it out. Okay, we're getting a little bit lost, so I'm going to pull in like a core 909 here I think a lot recently gone for very much the hardcore kind of hard step. So let's draw. I'm just going to draw some stuff in on my push. Okay, let's put a crash in. Actually, let's take that out. Let's duplicate that and then put a crash in here. Put that in? Nah. Maybe that. It's starting to shape up now. That kick, that 4/4 kick, just orientates you. You know where you are. Needs a bit of dirt though. Now we're in sort of illegal dustbin territory. Yes, there's an EP called Illegal Dustbin. Go and look it up. Okay, one more thing I want to do is I want to freeze it. I want to sometimes freeze it so it just goes. We'll do that with the spectral time, and I'll use the same trick here, just using like a random MIDI note to trigger that. So let's make a new MIDI track here. Let's rename this. Let's call this freeze. Whoops, freeze. And get the MIDI envelope. And let's draw in some notes here. Something like every. Well, actually, we can just have one like that. Let's pull the charts. Well, let's have the charts up, see if it works first. Oh no, we're going to need an off state as well, otherwise it's just going to... Right. Oh, it sounds good already. You know, you need that kind of frightening... He likes to do these sort of, like really kind of digital sort of dub things where stuff just rockets off into this really gnarly sort of network of delays and reverbs and stuff. It's like really frightening. But in a fun way. I think it's fun anyway. Turn the chart actually, let's maybe just pull those notes in just a fraction on this side. Okay. Okay, just before we carry on, I'm just going to save this. Let's do collect all and save. All right, that's been saved. So there's a couple of more things I want to do. I want to do some like crazy dub effects. So one of the, going back to some of his back catalogue, let me think now. So you've got things like, Budokan Mindphone, and I suppose, well, Music is Rotten One Note was that kind of like very sort of Bitches Brew, Miles Electric era kind of thing. And then Budokan Mindphone came a little bit afterwards, which was sort of like an offshoot of that, but it was this nice sort of, there was a lot of that kind of old dub reggae thing of like the mixer being an instrument, like an essential instrument into the whole thing, and sort of, you know, playing around with the mix of stuff, sending stuff off into loads of different reverbs and then choking them out and stuff like that. And then Go Plastic comes along and it's kind of almost the digital antithesis of that, but with lots of the same things in. Loads of these like just things that just fire off and then sort of vanish, and you're sort of constantly being pushed around like all of these different sort of spaces like sonically, and I like that a lot. I'm going to try and do that right now with some return tracks, again using this sort of MIDI envelope trigger thing, which I really like at the moment. So let's make another MIDI track. Let's call this just send, and put another MIDI clip in here, and maybe we'll just have something like this. That's fine. And then, okay, let's start with that. So I'm going to use that to control the send on everything that's been grouped together. So let's map that to the send and see what we get when I trigger it. There we go. So it's, you can see there, that envelope is triggering that send. So I'm going to pull that down and it's just going to do a little flick. Right, beautiful. And then I'm going to take like some of, I think maybe just one here is fine. Let's pull the chants down. All right, now let's put something on the return track. Let's get the hybrid reverb. Put the hybrid reverb there, send the dry wet all the way up, and I'm going to enable all the sends. Let's get a limiter, put a limiter here on the end. So I'm going to do some pretty dangerous stuff now. Actually, we'll do it all with one MIDI note. So let's make this 2 bars long. Let's go to the length, and let's pull that all the way out. So this, yeah, we're going to rack these up again. So let's take this one, group that. So this one is going to flick our send into this return track. And then I'm going to use another one to sustain the return on this one. I'm going to feed the return back into itself. So let's get the MIDI, put that envelope MIDI thing, set that. Oh, let's turn that off for now. Let's turn the attack down, the decay down, the velocity down, sustain all the way up, release down. And let's map that to the return track here. So when this one MIDI note triggers, which has got a 50% chance, let's maybe make it slightly less. First, well, in the same move, in the same event, it's going to flick this send thing. Oh, explaining this stuff is tiring. Into this track, and then also send this track back into itself, which currently has some hybrid reverb on. Let's just see what it does. Nothing. Maybe give it a bit more chance. Yeah, it's doing it, yeah. Yeah, it's doing it. Yeah. Yeah, it's doing it. And you know what? Actually, I want to take that same sustained note and map that to the on and off track so that it chokes out that intense reverb thing. So let's go back here. Actually, no, let's go back here. Actually, no, let's go back here. No, let's go. Oh, stop it. Let's put the expression control on this one. Set the random to the algorithm. So we can swap the reverb algorithm. And indeed, let's do the same thing again. Let's set the random. Let's make more randoms. Just random the fuck out of everything. 1 to the decay. There's a lot of bouncing back and forth. It's a lot to manage, but we'll do it. And 1 to the size. Yeah. I told you we'd get there. I told you. Wow, that's a bit loud. Turn that down. And we want a notch filter. We want a notch filter on those reverbs. Yeah, let's put that something like this. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm just going to take a copy of those beat repeats and put them on the master as well, just so that the master can glitch out a bit. Let's put that there. But we'll have these very low chance, 5%. All right, I think this is pretty much it. I think I'm pretty much done with this now. Maybe I might just drum bust those breaks like a complete madman, just to give them a bit more passion. So there you go. I mean, I kind of raced through that, even though this video has been way longer than it should have been. But anyway, it's just a bit of fun if you want to make some stuff like that. Yeah, there you go. Squarepusher beats in Ableton Live. Hope you have a nice time. I'm going to go and put this on my Patreon now, where if you'd like to support me there and download this project, you know what to do. Okay, that's it, everyone. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye. Bye. Bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.